show late, like nothing but illustrious guests. Who's in the building today?
Yo, it's legendary friend of the show, our homie. You know what I'm saying? She cooked me when I did the Ray J impression, but she's back because she loves us and we love her. Issa Rae, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. You know what I'm saying?
Issa Rae in the house.
Thank y'all for having me back.
Friend of the show, doing big things. Congrats. Future media mogul. Getting them. Listen. I saw it. Shout out to you. 8-figure film and television deal. You out here?
Woo,
out,
woo,
or as they say, out cheer.
woo.
Well deserved. Well deserved. How
Thank
does
you.
it feel? How does it feel? Because you know what the thing, it's not something random that happened. This is something you put your heart and your effort into, something you've worked for. What does it feel like to see like the seeds you've planted come to fulfillment like this?
You know, I'm in it, but I will say, you know, when I got presented the opportunity, thanks to a hard team who works super hard, I shed some tears. I was like, well, this is crazy. Because, you know, as you guys know, when you're super in something, you don't really see the fruits until you go out on the street and then somebody will say something or, you know, like it's always like looking back of just like, oh, that was a good time or that was, damn, it was popping then. So to be present now and seeing like all the different arms working, it feels good.
And you know what's dope about that deal? It's just like, it just lets you know, like, yo, people value my ideas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not just me, like Issa, the character, like this, you know, one show that I made or whatever. It's just like, yo, my ideas are popping and y'all are going to pay me for them. You know what I mean? Like, that's major. You feel me? Like,
it is. It's pressure too. It's like, oh, y'all like my ideas, but okay, this is off of a show right now. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of things in development that I'm super excited about. But yeah, the pressure's on for sure.
Is it fun though, when like you got stuff in development and you working on it and you going back and forth and?
Yeah, like we're working on this one show right now that's about to come out in the summer. And I was watching a cut this morning, and this is a show that was conceived by, you know, one of our team members, one of my colleagues. And I hit him this morning, like, yo, you really created a hit show out here. Like, this is dope. I'm excited for people to see it. I don't want to hype anything, but yeah, there's stuff in the pipeline that's exciting. I get to work with so many people that I love and that I respect, and that, you know, like, yes, some of them are my ideas, but their ideas are way better, and I get to make those ideas happen.
Something that you did, and I want to know how you feel about it. The Lovebirds was an amazing movie, and it was just like you were so good in it. Like is there any plans for like a sequel? Because like it was one of those movies where people was just like, yo, I could watch a couple of these.
That's so dope. Thank you so much. I want to like really just I really want to focus behind the scenes and then do stuff on screen that I'm like super, super hype about. And my new kind of mantra is making things that I want to watch. Like the show that I just mentioned is something I want to watch on a Saturday. Like I want to binge watch, and like there's like the movies that I want to see and that I want to be a part of those, and I can make them. So I just want to be kind of selective about the things that I do moving forward, because I love working behind the scenes so much, and that takes up a lot of time.
Gotcha, I was about to ask you, I was like, because you've done both. You're in front of the camera, you're behind the camera. Obviously, you're a creator. So, like, you know, I guess you just answered the question. Like, do you prefer to be creating, writing, building worlds, as opposed to stepping into that world and playing that character?
It's fun, you know, like with something like the Lovebirds, I was like, kind of just, you know, I would give input here and there. But it was like, I have a task, and like photograph, same thing. But when you're doing something like Insecure, what I won't do again is create and star and produce something. I feel like that, I get it. I know what that is, but it takes up so much time, like, you know, 9 months out of the year, sometimes 10 months. And so you don't get a chance to do much else. But I would like be in a limited series or some shit like that again. But I do love creating worlds and writing behind the scenes. Like, it's fun. And watching other dope people do stuff. There's just something electrifying about that.
Got you. And how do you keep your energy up? Because you're doing so many projects, and just how are you not? Because I mean, I know, like you're saying, it's about the bandwidth, and you're shooting for 9 months, and also you're creating. But yeah, how do you like keep your mental energy up? How do you keep from burning out?
I honestly, I rely on a lot of team members too. I am very honest about when I get burnt out, and I got to be honest with myself. Like, yo, I can't I can't do this. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I, even a couple of weeks ago, sent a message out to team members like, yo, I can't take any meetings anymore. Like I'm shooting the show and then I finish a 14, 15 hour day and then I got to do meetings. And I was like, I can't do any more meetings until after we're done shooting. Cause it's draining to put on like the, hey, yeah, what's up? And I don't have the energy for that after a long day.
But no, when you get in those Zooms and stuff, it's a bizarre kind of like, you know what I mean? Cause like you did the work and now you got to like talk about the work you just did. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like for somebody like you who started like kind of independently and scaled up, you know what I mean? At what point did you say, yo, all right, now it's time for me to delegate? Because I like you said, creating, producing, directing, acting all in one time, that's a lot. You know what I mean? So like at what point were you like, yo, I gotta start finding talented people to take some of this stuff off my plate?
Kind of early on. And that's only because I was approached. Like that was the great thing about coming up early. And I was just talking about this the other day, just in terms of like the different pressure I feel. Early on, you're doing web series and you have the homie hitting you up like, yo, you need help here. I'm doing business development. Like, and then you have someone else like, I'm trying to be a producer. I just graduated. Like, let me help. And when you're doing that and you're building up together, it's exciting. It's like, okay, let's see what else we can do. Let's take the world on. And that became easy to kind of delegate because you're trusting. And now it feels very different when you have people coming from, these corporate jobs and the industry, and they're working on behalf of the company. And it's just like the stakes feel a little bit higher. So a lot of that is, yes, delegation, but I also have to have a vision myself and I have to know where I'm going. And that shit is kind of scary.
Because you're in charge. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, Issa, what are we doing?
Exactly. And shout out to them for being entrepreneurial minded, but it's that. It's like, okay, so what you want to do? And it's like, I'm shooting a scene right now. I don't know, but let me get back to you in 3 weeks.
Got you. Okay. So listen, I heard, I want to take some time to thank you. You've decided to retire from being a timeline terrorist. You're finally going to end Insecure, which has torn apart Twitter, but we loved it. Listen, that last episode last season, did you know when you writing that, you like, ooh, this gonna fuck them up. This gonna fuck them up.
No, it's you know what? I was dreading that moment, low key. Yeah. Just given all that we were going through during the summer. And when I saw how people reacted to episode 8, which was like the Lawrence Issa episode, I was like, oh my God, they're gonna be so, because I didn't expect it. I thought like people were gonna be split, like, oh, why are they back? Why are they doing this? But there was so much, especially given what was happening, there was so much like joy. And I was like, I texted the EBs, I was like, we about to take the joy away. Like, how do we get this? How do we change it? Like, I want to do this stuff, boy. So no, I did not know that it was gonna happen. I didn't know that people were gonna turn against the actress. Yeah, God, she was real life pregnant, and people were taking pictures and posting that shit like mad at her. And I'm like, this is a real person with a real baby. Don't come back.
People on the timeline mad at a fictional baby. They were mad at a fictional baby. They were like Jay Ellis on his Instagram, and they were like. They on his real Instagram, like, yo, you wrong for what you did to Issa. I'm like, yo, damn, dog, you going through it over there. Dog, you going through
it. Really going through it.
But it was so good. And it's just like, it's such a communal experience watching it. Because it's like, if you can't watch it live, that's different. But when you watch it live and the whole timeline is reacting, and then at the end of the episode, it's just like the best is when people are so shocked or they can only react with like one word or just exclamation points, and you just like it's just like the whole timeline is like, yo, nah, yo, oh damn, yo, but
yo, especially now, especially in this pandemonium, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, appointment viewing, the digital couch, like that communal feeling that Jesus talk about is super duper important.
That was wild. It was super special during the pandemic because it's like I definitely felt the anxiety then. Like, wow, I was like, people already like really be pinpointing every part of the flaw of the show when it's not a pandemic. So now all eyes are gonna be on it. What is it gonna be? But it was such a fun experience just to watch, people really get engaged and on a different level this time.
Yeah.
And it was just like, because we weren't really out with our friends, but it was kind of like, yo, I'm chilling with my people. We're watching the show. We're ready for the new season. We know you got some hits in there. Can't wait. I'm not even going to ask you to spoil anything. But you were saying in one interview that you're very happy with this. And because, it's like the end of the series, you're wrapping everything up. Like, I know it had to be bittersweet kind of filming it, but it's also like, but it's also like you're completing a task because it's kind of like
that part. It's more sweet than bitter. The only bitter part, honestly, is the COVID of it. It's like, we don't really get to go as hard as we want to. There are even some scenes where we just have to limit the number of extras and background actors rather. And it's not the same to pretend like it's a city that is not right now just to continue the storyline isn't great. It's devastating to like want to film at a spot and then realize it's closed because the pandemic fucked it up. Right. So that's all the bitter stuff. And then of course, like we had to end the writer's room over Zoom. I don't know. I hope we'll be able to have a rap party, but I'm like, look at I'm having a rap party. People get vaccinated. Like, let's do this. Let's go out the right way. Yeah. Come on, please. Yes. But it's just exciting to be able to go on to set and know that we're finished telling this story.
Again, no spoilers. But you know what I'm saying? Like you wrote it, it's in the can. Is it an ending that is satisfying to you? And part two, will it be satisfying in your mind to the loyal and secure audience?
Can't think about the audience. It's satisfying to me.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
It feels right to me. And I will say that we, like a tidbit, like the original ending that we rewrote it because I wanted it. Like, it just didn't feel satisfying at first. I was like, this isn't really the way. Like, in theory, this is good, but this is not the way I want to go out. And just recently rewrote it, and it feels really good to me. I don't know about y'all. Y'all gonna let me know either way, but I'm happy.
Right. Just one rewrite?
Oh, no, it was hella rewrites, but like in terms of conceptually, like we were rewriting one concept over and over again, and then like even now I'm still rewriting it, but the concept and the way that it ends is it.
Is okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, damn,
no,
also,
definitely not.
Also, being super busy, you got another show coming back, Black Lady Sketch Show?
Black Lady Sketch Show is coming back April 23rd. Okay. Shout out to Robin Thede. She filmed this during the early stages of the pandemic. I was low-key jealous. I was like, how y'all filming? Y'all got a whole show and y'all got guest stars and all that, and y'all are doing it safely and properly, and they did it.
Yo, also shout out to them kind of predicting the end of the world last season and not getting enough props for that. Like,
they really did. They predicted the quarantine, the rats, like everything. And I'm so excited for you guys to see what they did this season.
Oh, can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Yo, make an episode with some lotto numbers in there because I'm a player.
I'm saying predict the future, please.
So what else you got going on that's not work? What are you doing for Issa?
When's the album dropping? Let's keep it real. When's the album dropping?
Come on. So y'all can cook me back? No, I am not dropping nobody's album, but I am working on other people's albums, which is very exciting via radio. What's going on that's not work?
What are you doing to chill? What's the last thing you did that was just for you? Was not like...
That was just for me.
Just for me. Like, did you go get like a smoothie? Did you just like go for a walk or something?
Get a fillet of fish?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little concerned over here. You're just like, I'll just drink. Like,
feel me?
I know, right? It was a wrong message. The last thing I did for me,
go to Kasuya.
I did. I went super hard. I went to I went to like Newport Beach, Malibu, all that shit the other day just to celebrate.
He's on PCH doing $120, like, yo, this is life.
It's good to hear.
And I just, I had a little treat yourself day.
Exactly.
What y'all be doing? Tell me what to do.
Smoke mad weed.
Okay, you get on me for drinking, but you be smoking, which I did as well.
It's a plant. It grows naturally.
And they just legalized it here in New York. So, we just...
Congratulations. Yeah, I would have thought I would have been the first one.
But the problem is we don't got no dispensaries. We got nowhere to buy it. So I mean,
still
it's
gotta
legal.
Get it.
You still get it, but I mean, it's kind of easier, but not. It's not gonna. TV. If you was smoking weed in New York before, you didn't care if it was legal or not. So that didn't change.
Yeah.
So we got.
I did the New York thing, and you get a little bread and you move to Jersey. What's the LA version of that? Like when you get a little bread, what do you move? Silver Lake?
I mean, people used to move to the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, it's that. It's always, I get mad at that. I'm like, really, y'all going to the hills? Like, come on. With the windy, dangerous ass hills where
y'all talk about it.
And you can't get no reception in some spots, and then the Uber don't be working. Like, nah.
Like, yo, fam, you want to look out your window and see a deer in your yard?
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I don't.
Oh, not at all.
I want to see stray dogs.
Exactly. The real shit. Issa, listen, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with us. You are one of our close homies, and you're always welcome on the show. Continued much success to you. You know we over here rooting for you.
You already know.
Everybody that gets on the show gets an illustrious sign. What would you like your neon sign to say?
Only getting started, baby.
Hey.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? She's only getting started. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Hey, cuz, she's about to win an Emmy, cuz.
Wow. Stop. All right.
Okay, all right. That's it. And we'll end on it. The illustrious Issa Rae in the building.
Thank y'all so much.
Yo, welcome to the DESUS MERO YouTube channel.
That's right, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, you know what I mean?
That's right, we got a lot of digital content in here to keep you up in between our shows. So be sure to like, subscribe, and, click watch another video. We out.
Hit all the words, watch mad videos, holla.